Hello, my name is Neil Williams. Thank you very much for joining me here at Salisbury Golf Centre. I have the P760s here and we're going to do a review on this club. I'm using the float scope along with the Pro V1's golf balls. I'm going to put this club through a series of tests, including the look, the price point, custom fitting options, the feel and the sound of the club, forgiveness, distance, and the workability. So I'll be marking it out of 10 for each test to help you establish the pros and the cons for this club. These clubs have the following lofts at the bottom of the screen here. You'll see this is a 7 iron and it comes with a 33-degree loft. These have a lot of tech in them, including speed foam. The speed foam is where the club is hollow and it's injected with this special foam. This foam acts like a spring as well as dampening the sound as well. So you should hear a more of a thud, or rather than where it's hollow, it might sound pingy like. So it should sound a bit solid. And the speed foam is from 7 iron down to 3 iron, and followed by the 8 iron down to the approach wedge or gap wedge, more solid field forged clubs and built for shot making shots. So the look is pretty good. The top line is not as thin as the P730s, but still the edge looks sharp and crisp. The size of the club doesn't look too intimidating. It looks like it's got a little bit of forgiveness to it, as well as the high polished chrome finish around the edges and the back. For me, it ticks a lot of boxes for me, so I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 for looks. So the price point for these clubs, RRP price for 7 irons, £939. That's £142 per club, or $185. That's a hell of a lot of money for these clubs. However, these clubs have got a lot of tech in them, and you'll expect to pay that sort of money for a lot of tech, as you would do with TVs or phones. They're putting them slightly above the P730s, obviously with that reason of the tech. So I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10 for the price point. Still, it's out of reach of some people's pockets, but these are performance clubs, and you're certainly going to have them for a tremendous amount of time, I should think, handing over that sort of dough. So, custom fitting options. Again, with TaylorMade are very good. They've got an ability to change the loft and lie of it by 3 or 4 degrees each way. Again, 11 shaft options with no upcharge, and obviously 3 graphite shaft options there with no upcharge as well. So again, 8 out of 10 for custom fitting options, which is really good. So now to sound and feel of the clubs. So I'm going to hit a few shots and test them out. So sound and feel, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. So much so, I've got a set of these, and I can tell you that the pitching wedge and 8 iron feel a lot solid, as you expect from a forged club. The 7 iron upwards, they still feel solid. They still sound good as well. You're going to get a feedback from it as well, so if you hit it off the toe of the whip, off the heel, you can feel the club twisting a little bit, but not so much as the P730s, which I did an earlier video on. Yeah, so a 9 out of 10 for these. So forgiveness. So with the forgiveness test, I'm going to put the tape on the front of it, use the float scope, test half a dozen shots there, and look at the average. So for the forgiveness test, I've hit a series of 3 shots. The first shot I hit was the mat before the golf ball. I didn't quite hit it too well. You can see the ball, the strike was up above the club face there. Followed by the third shot was the fifth shot. Didn't quite hit it, but my second one was I couldn't hit it any better. So you can see the results. The second one was a much better shot, went a little bit further, but considering it's a 1.8 deviation between the 3 shots, I think that shows that it's a pretty good forgiving club, considering I hit 3 different types of shots there, but all gave a tight distance between the 3 there. So I'm giving it an 8.5 for forgiveness. So for the distance test, so the distance was decent. The average distance hasn't been affected too much considering the 2 misstruck shots. You can see that from the speed deviation is 0.8, resulting to a higher average distance. I think this is maybe something to do with the speed foam. I'll give it a 9 out of 10 for the distance there. So for the workability test, I like the fact that these set of clubs have got an 8-iron from down to the pitch wedge or the gap wedge, has the forged club head. It hasn't got the speed foam in it, which will give me the right amount of distance control I can get for my shot making clubs. 5-iron and 4-iron, I especially like where I could, if I wanted to open the club face up for trying to hit a fade. Most clubs will have a forgiving club will have maybe a wider sole perhaps. These haven't got them, so if I was to open the club face, that leading edge doesn't really pop up if I was trying to hit a fade shot on it. So I was impressed with the full range there. They're trying to give the clubs a forgivingness to it and also the workability to it. So again, I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. So in total, the P760s from TaylorMade, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. I like the fact that it's from the full range. It gives you the best advantages. It gives you the forgiveness at the high end and also the workability at the bottom end as well. Yeah, very impressive. As I said earlier before, that I've liked these so much that I've got them in my bag. So I'm going to see how they go on for this year. Yeah, so really impressed with these clubs. So if you like this video, please like it and share it. You can catch me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Thanks for watching.